What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video of Black and Blue Podcast. We're your host. I'm Britton,
And I'm Owen.
and today we're going to be doing playoff recap. And we came to one realization while watching these games, and that was we suck at predicting stuff.
Bro, so bad. Oh
We're
my gosh,
so bad.
bro. I,
So today we're going to be talking about the wild card games, and then we're going to do those quickly because those were a little bit a while ago, and then we'll get right into the divisional games, and then we'll give our conference matchup stuff, and then we'll go into the Super Bowl. So let's get started. Wild
yeah.
card.
I'll kick it off. I just want to say the playoffs this year have been, I thought they were a blast. They've all been
Oh yeah.
fun. First game we had was Chargers and Texans. That
Oh
game
yeah.
was not fun.
No, I think
Obviously,
all the wild card games were just boring.
yeah, the Commanders Buccaneers was good, but we'll get to that in a second.
Yes.
Texans Chargers, Texans obviously won.
Hmm.
Justin Herbert threw more interceptions than he did all season,
Yeah.
which was up to, well, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was four, right?
Um, I think it was. He threw three in the regular season, and then he threw four in the wild card game.
Yeah, so four interceptions and a playoff game. So he is still has yet to win a playoff game.
Yeah, and guess who has
About
more
four or
playoff
five
wins than
years.
he does?
Jay Daniels.
No.
Dak
Well,
Prescott.
yes. Yes. Daniel Jones has more playoff wins
All right, he has
than
like one. Calm down.
yeah, but hey, one is more than zero, okay? All right, next game.
Next game, Steelers and Ravens.
That game was
Ravens won that
boring.
one,
Mhm.
28-14. Everyone saw it coming. Derrick Henry had a field day.
Oh, yeah.
I think everyone kind of expected that. No one's really surprised by that. You have anything to say about that game? I didn't think it was surprising at all.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch that game. That game was
Okay.
boring. I knew it was
Yeah,
gonna be one-sided. I knew once the Steelers got their over expected wins, like 9 or 10, I knew they were just gonna.
yeah.
So yeah,
So next game was Bills and Broncos.
that game
Uh,
was actually pretty good.
the
The
first quarter really
Broncos,
was.
the
The
Broncos had
Broncos
the
held their
lead.
own. They held
Yeah,
their own for a little, but after that, it was just like,
Yeah, Broncos had the lead for a while there, and it honestly put the pressure on the Bills for a little bit there too. I think it was
Mhm.
really just first half, and then after the first half, the Bills just came out below them out of the water.
Yeah.
So
But again, we all knew the Bills were going to win that. Obviously,
exactly,
not a shocker.
yeah.
Next game, Packers and Eagles.
This game also was a little bit boring. Saquon didn't really eat as much, but he did seal the deal with that one last first down attempt in the fourth quarter with like a minute and a half left. That kind of
Mhm.
sealed the deal.
Yeah,
Um,
I actually saw more coverage on the fact of the Eagles fan, what he said to that female at the game. Did you
I
see
did
that? Yeah, I
too. I,
saw
I
that.
saw
That is
more.
crazy.
Yeah,
If
that
that doesn't define Philadelphia sports, I really don't know what does.
if
That
it
is
does at least
insane.
Philadelphia Eagle fans.
Yeah,
If that doesn't
bro.
just define a Philly fan, I don't know what does.
It's okay though, because Big Dom came out and said that he said that it's gonna be okay. Which good thing for them. They did send that female or I don't even know why I'm saying it like that. They did send that fan a bunch of stuff in the mail. I think they sent her like I think they sent her like a jersey, some
Mhm.
gloves. They sent her a
Bunch
lot
of
of stuff.
signed gear.
Yeah. So I mean
They
good.
kicked the other fan out for life, I think, too.
Yeah. And he also I know he also like lost his job and stuff because like
He had a big job too, I think.
they found out like his it was like some construct they found out everything about him and
Yeah.
he got in big trouble for that. So
This is why you don't do dumb stuff, man. This is why
play
you just
stupid
be a
game.
kind person.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Exactly.
Right.
Just be a kind person and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
you could have talked a little bit of smack. I won't like you could talk smack to another fan, but like what he was saying was just out of pocket.
You can talk bad about the team, but I think once you bring it on a personal level, then
Exactly.
that's when it's like, dude, like, what do you like? Why?
Exactly.
It's not. It's never that serious, you know.
Yeah.
Anyways, next up game. This was definitely by far the best wild card game was
Yeah,
Commanders. That
this is the last wild card game too.
that was the best one. Oh
Oh
wait,
no, this isn't
Vikings
the last
Rams,
one. We
right?
have two more. We have two more. Sorry.
Anyways, yeah, Commanders and Buccaneers. Commanders win that by three. That was a good game to
That
watch.
was probably one of the best ones.
It sucks seeing Baker Mayfield not go far in the playoffs, but
I do like Baker, but when you're in the NFC South, we gotta cheer for the opposite team. At least me, I'm cheering for the opposite team. So
yeah. Vikings and Rams,
that was a solid game.
not to watch, but for Rams fans, it
For
was.
Rams fans, yes, but for Vikings, for somebody who took the Vikings to win, it was not fun for you. But I took the
I
Rams to
can't
win.
believe
So
I just don't even know how like all season, and I'm not a Vikings fan, so I don't know much about them. But it's just even I'm not a fan, but honestly, even I was disappointed because all season I'm seeing Sam Darnold go crazy.
exactly.
I see him play the Lions, lose to them, play the Rams, lose to them. Postseason starts up or a week before postseason,
Hmm.
lose to the Lions and lose to the Rams again. Now you're out of the playoffs. And it's like what?
Exactly.
So, but I mean, obviously, we get sacked eight, 9 times. You can't really do much. It got to
Right.
the point where he was under pressure like every throw, and he's not used to that. So,
Right.
I won't. I'm not going to sit here and belittle him. So,
When you get sacked 9 times, it's just kind of it's not going
to be
well.
fair though, there were a few plays where he could have. I mean, I felt like he could have thrown it out.
I think that
So,
the one he had a fumble on that resulted in a scoop and score. I think you had so much time to get that ball out. Even if you
yeah,
just throw it out of bounds and you I don't know, just get it
it
out of
did
your
look like.
hands.
Yeah, it did look like you look at that stat of how many sacks there were, and you're like, oh my gosh, how'd they allow that many sacks? But it's like, well, if you're
He
holding
had
on,
a lot of time to
time,
throw the ball.
so yeah.
I told you I didn't trust Sam Darnold going into the postseason. I told you that last video.
I mean, that's easy to say though. I mean, he's been on the Jets and Panthers. Like
Yeah,
that's not a crazy statement.
that's fair.
Divisional round.
Well, hold on. We got one more about the Commanders Bucks. We'll go a little bit more into this one.
Okay.
Jane
Uh,
Daniels out of that game. I think the big thing about that was the kicker. Had big OCD fixing his hair, helmet hair, helmet
yeah,
hair. I think that was probably the biggest out of that.
I thought that was pretty hilarious.
And then he still dunked the kick, so it wasn't even like a perfect kick.
Well, what was funny to me is that the one of the reasons the Buccaneers lost is the same reason we lost to them is you're next to the right. You're like how far were they? They were 20 yards away from scoring and they had a fumble.
I think so. They were really close.
I mean,
It's just unfortunate.
it is what it is, but even if they won that round, they were not getting past. They were not getting past divisional. They were
Yeah, they weren't beating the Lions. I don't think so.
mm,
All
ridiculous.
right. Well, that's wild card for us. Let's get right into the divisional round. We're going to start back on the AFC side. We're going to start with Texans versus Chiefs. We got a few points from both teams. And yeah, here we go. So Texans Chiefs. Chiefs win 24-13. Um basically what we got from this game. I didn't really watch it that much, but we had two bad roughing the passer calls on Mahomes that should not have been called.
Yeah.
And then we realized Mahomes is a flopper. He looked like a fish out of water.
Yeah, like you said on those two roughing the passers,
Mhm.
it's insane. There was two, and one was he was throwing and he threw it, and someone hit him a little bit late after,
Yeah,
and
I
but
saw that one.
they hit him with their head in this area.
He didn't even. I saw it. He didn't even like
I
hit
know.
him with his head.
Yeah,
It's so bogus.
that was that call, and the next one was the two defenders that jumped onto him and hit their heads.
Yeah, they
If
hit
you
their
look
heads
at that,
together. They didn't
if you
even
look at
hit
that from far
Mahomes.
away, it does look like roughing the passer until you zoom in and see that he didn't really get touched. But yes,
Right.
two people falling on something like that, that does look like roughing the passer.
That's
But
fair.
also like he tried to fake slide and stuff. So like I mean, because
I
he
think
did try like
like
a slide movement before that.
he had a chance to go out of bounds too, but then he ran back in bounds. I think that puts you out to be an eligible player, not a quarterback, an eligible
Mhm.
player that's in the playing field to get
Mhm.
smoked.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%.
Like
I
it
agree.
happened with it happened with Trevor Lawrence as well. He was running. Now that one was roughing the passer,
Oh yeah, no,
targeting and all
you saw
that.
him duck down into the tackle. He was
Exactly.
getting close.
That one was a little bit different, but still, he knew what he's getting into when he runs past the line of scrimmage. You don't have that protection.
Mm,
Then you're an eligible player in the playing field. You have the chance to get lit up like any other player does.
yeah.
That's how I feel about it. And then for the Texans, I think for the Texans to make a deep playoff push, I think they got to be healthy and they got to play
They gotta give
smart.
CJ some weapons, dude.
I agree. I think he needs offensive line help, and then I think also he needs to clean up his game a little bit.
Defense is amazing over there, though. They really are.
Defense,
They
yes,
held the Chiefs down. Patrick Mahomes hit his under. I think it was like 170 yards. Correct me if I'm.
yeah.
So he
I don't.
definitely he didn't go crazy or anything.
I definitely think the Texans need to be healthy for one, and then just get him some offensive line help, just to give him some more time in the pocket. And I think one more thing for their offense is that Stroud just needs to make smarter plays.
Yeah, yeah. I
And
mean, but then
then
again, like he is only in his second year, so we'll see more from him.
exactly, he's
It's not
got
like
time. He's
yeah,
got time.
he's not over or anything. So
And then uh Tank Dell, we're gonna talk a little bit about him. Prayers up to him.
Yeah.
He
I,
tore his
he was
he
having such a good
had
season too. They would have done so much better if they had him.
yeah, he had an ACL, MCL, LCL, and meniscus damage. So he will be out for, if it goes well, I think it said 14 to 16 months. But then if something like hopefully nothing bad happens, but if something does happen, it'll be 18 months. So
Yeah.
he's out for the whole next season. So praise up to him.
It
Hope he's
sucked.
hope he's doing well. On that note, we're gonna move into the next game. It is gonna
Lions and
be,
Commanders.
yeah, Lions Commanders. Commanders pull off the upset win, 45 to 31
High
in
scoring
Detroit.
game.
In Detroit, exactly. In Detroit too. So first off, I think Jaden Daniels is him, bro. I think he's him. I think he's him. He's so good. He is so good.
You think
So
so?
good.
I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and disagree. I think he's amazing too.
Yeah.
It's just
Like, just I think I'm more hyped for it because he's a rookie and he's playing on these like higher. He's playing in playoff football, like, and he's going making a deep run
it's
with
crazy
the
to see how
team.
calm he is too. Look how calm he is when he's
Exactly.
playing. Like he,
He honestly, him alone, not him alone. Don't get me wrong, but mainly Jaden Daniels has led the team from going from a number two overall draft pick to possibly a number 31 overall draft pick or number 32. There's a big chance, but you do have a tough game coming up against the Eagles. We'll get more into that later. Um, Another thing is for the Commanders, they got away with a big hit on
golf.
Jared Goff on that pick
Yeah,
six.
I saw that. That was after he threw a horrible pick, and I
Mm-hmm.
saw that, and it was I saw that, and I was like, oh my gosh. They did show a clip on it, but no fouls were called or anything. To
Yeah,
be fair, he was chasing after the person who caught it, so he is an eligible person to get hit like that. So
exactly.
can't really say much, but he is a quarterback. It's just crazy to look because he was such a different person after. You saw how rattled he was.
Oh
And
yeah.
at the end, I think Teddy he threw like two passes. He completed two.
Yeah, that's another point for the Lions. I think the biggest turning point in that game was when he threw the pick six and then Goff got lit up. I honestly don't think Goff should have returned to that end of the game, but he gives you your best chance at winning.
I still
But
think Trady
still,
Montgomery was playing. That's crazy to me.
yeah. Another thing is the Lions are missing so many
I think
pieces.
they have 18 people on IR.
Yeah, they are missing
18 and like
so many
13 of
pieces.
them are on defense. So
For them to make a number one seed like that is still shocking when you had almost half your team, half your roster is hurt.
mhm.
So hopefully we can see another Lions deep playoff push like they had this year. Um, I just don't know.
I mean, I almost guarantee they're gonna win the North again.
I
Uh,
don't know. I like the move that Ben Johnson had to go to Chicago.
dude, the
I
Bears
do
have had like,
think
dude, the Bears win every offseason, but lose every single normal season, bro.
that's fair, but
Like,
I think the Bears draft some interior O line. And I think you just beef up that O line a lot, like the Panthers did with Robert Hunt, Damian Lewis. You just beef up that O line, give Caleb some time and some protection in the pocket to throw the ball. He's not a bad quarterback. Don't get me wrong. Caleb Williams, he has shown potential this year, whether it's on his feet or through the air. He looks good, but we'll get back to Lions Commanders.
yeah.
Um,
Next up was Rams and Eagles.
yeah. All right. First off, Saquon carries that team with 202
Yeah,
yards. I
if
think it
you're
was even
if
more
you're
than
putting up
that.
200 yards, I mean,
If
that's
yeah,
in a playoff game, yeah.
and two
All right.
touchdowns,
How many carries
which
did he
were
have? Do you
both
know?
like 80 something yards.
Do you know how many carries he had?
No,
Let me I'm gonna check on that. I had it pulled up for a second.
I'll check too. Let's see. He had 26 carries for 205
Average
yards.
8 yards. Dang.
Yeah,
Average 8 yards a play. That is crazy.
hard to
And
beat, man. You're averaging
I don't
8
think the
yards a
I don't think
carry.
the Rams rush defense is very good too.
Okay, yeah. I don't think they're rush defenses, but I definitely think they're pass
Yeah,
defenses. Like
no,
just
no,
the
the pass
ability to
defense
get to
is
the
good,
quarterback
but
and get
yes,
sacked.
yes, they are for sure. But the rush defense isn't the best.
Yeah, they had the Jalen Hurts was sacked 7 times
Really?
against the Rams. Dude, I'm telling you that young defensive line that the Rams have is so good.
It's gonna be
Like
scary.
dude, it's scary now. They had 8 sacks. Hold on, let me see. They had I don't know. Their first guy, Brandon Fisk, another thing was he went out injured pretty early in the game, I think late second quarter, and he didn't return with a knee injury. That he played a big part. He had 8.5 sacks this season as a rookie.
Mm,
Their whole like defensive line is a rookie.
yeah,
Jared Verse, Brandon Fisk. I think Byron Young's a rookie. I could be mistaken, but that whole line is a rookie. They're so good.
yeah.
Even though they just had Aaron Donald and he just retired, they definitely have managed to fill that gap.
I think if we're talking about this game, we really got to mention Matthew Stafford, and we got to mention the
I
fact
agree.
that now it's kind of confirmed that he just can't play in snow.
Yeah, he falls
He's,
to 1-9 in snow games in
I
his
mean,
whole career.
I think he's an amazing. I think he's a great quarterback. I
Oh
think
yeah,
he deserved that championship that he had.
dude,
I just think he's also,
324 yards against the Eagles and still
yeah,
didn't pull it out, man.
yeah. No, it was it doesn't. That's why I don't think playoff wins should be a quarterback stat.
Agreed.
Because also, like,
It's a team game.
I was
If
looking at
one
the
guy
snow
doesn't do your
stats, but
part,
like most of them were with the Lions, and I was like, well,
mm,
so
yeah,
not much you can really do for that. But
yeah,
you know,
very
I saw he
unfortunate.
did that, and then, but he also, like I wanted to mention, he's turning about 30. He turns 37 in about a month. February, he turns 37. So
Yeah,
he's getting near that age. I think he's probably going to retire. If not, if I think probably after next year, he's probably going to retire.
yeah.
Or
I
yeah,
don't think he's got much longer in him. He's been playing forever, and then I don't see him playing much longer. I think he's got 1 or 2 more years left in him before he's done.
yeah.
I mean, I
He'll
won't be
retire
shocked
soon.
if we see him this offseason retire.
I don't know who's Orion's backup.
I don't even know.
Yeah, we can talk about this more in a later video, but I
Of
doubt it.
course. All right, last game for the divisional round was Ravens and Bills. Bills take the win
That was the
27
real
to
Super Bowl. That
25.
was the real Super Bowl. Nobody cares.
Honestly,
Nobody cares about freaking Chiefs and Eagles. Nobody cares, bro. That's the real Super Bowl right there. That's America's Super Bowl.
the thing was, okay, so the Ravens, every time that they don't use Derrick Henry, they lose the game.
Hmm.
Derrick Henry, I think he had, let me see. Um, let's see. How many yards? He had 84 yards,
Yeah.
16 carries for 84 yards. He needed to be used more, a lot more. You have one of the best running backs in the league. And then every year, every time the Ravens make it to the divisional round or to the AFC championship, they just forget how to run the ball.
Mm.
They think Lamar is like this passing quarterback. No, play to your strengths, which is running the ball. Please
Um,
run the ball
yeah, I mean, he only had 16 carries, so I feel like they could have given him a couple more. But also, he was getting shut down a little.
a little bit.
But I mean, still averaging 5 yards a carry isn't really shut down.
Yeah, that's really good.
Did you
That
see?
you give him to it twice and he's got the first down.
I know this is kind of off topic, but do you know that guy that does the YouTube shorts and Instagram? He does the TikTok videos. He's like the light skinned guy who does the football video.
Yes, yes.
Did you see his one on Mark Andrews?
No, I gotta go
It was
check that
like
out.
Mark Andrews during the game, and then it was like it was like him playing, but then it showed him in the end zone. He was about to catch, and he was like, "I'm a Bills fan, boy," and
Oh,
he
I
put
have
up the
seen that.
shirt. And
I
it
have
said the
seen that. He
Bills.
lives on the shirt. And he's like, "I'm a Bills
Yeah,
fan.
I was like,
Get that out of
seriously,
here." I have seen that.
Butterfingers, bricks for
Yes.
hands. I'm a Josh Allen fan. He's like,
I
oh,
have seen that.
and
He's
punches
like,
it
"Get
out.
that ball out of here." Yeah, I love those guys. Those guys are hilarious.
Yeah, no, they're one on the Lions. The Lions game was hilarious.
All right,
I'll send that one to you after.
I gotta
Remind
go
me.
check that out.
Yeah, that one. Oh
All
my
right,
gosh,
back onto the game. Like we said, Mark Andrews needs to learn how to catch the rock. They have done this
he's had a
one
good
little.
season. He hasn't had a bad season.
Okay, he hasn't had a bad season. He got off to a very slow start, and then he started to pick it up a little bit towards the later end of the season. But when it counts, you gotta catch that
Yeah, I
football,
mean,
bro.
obviously, if you're gonna drop it on a divisional game to tie it up and send to overtime, then yes.
You
But
gotta
also,
catch
I'm
that
not trying to be
ball.
that guy, but I also do think the Bills probably would have scored on that drive after
I
that.
agree.
I
I
like
agree.
I know, I
There
know
was like
everyone
a minute
completely
and a half.
blames him, but also like they were kind of heated up by then, so I do feel like they probably would have
Mhm.
scored.
I think there was like a
I
minute
don't
and a
think the
half.
Ravens would have held him to a stop.
And there was like a minute and a half still left on the clock with like two or three timeouts still left. There was no
Yeah,
way that they wouldn't get at least three. I
yeah,
don't know. I don't know about Tyler Bass though, man. I don't think. I don't know. Don't get me started on Tyler Bass.
yeah. I wouldn't have been surprised if he did catch that and they still lost.
Yeah. So speaking of the Bills defense needs to play how they played against the Ravens, but against the Chiefs.
Hmm.
The Bills defense had three turnovers. They had an interception and two forced fumbles. If you
Before we
can
bring
do
that
that,
in, before we bring that in,
okay,
those were not forced fumbles.
okay, you have at least
One of
one forced fumble.
one, yeah, you have one. One of them was a wide open interception. The other one was just tossing it in front of you. So I would just like to mention that if we're talking about that.
Okay, okay, okay. But still, it's
But
a
still, yeah, I get it.
turnover. It's a turnover on the box scores. If
Hmm.
you can get those turnovers playing against the Chiefs, I know it's going to be harder because you're playing against Patrick Mahomes. But again, Mahomes hasn't had that good of a season so far, or yeah, so far I guess. But just the Bills defense needs to play like that next week, and then
This matchup that we're about to see, Chiefs and Bills is probably I think that's gonna be amazing. It's like an ultimate story. We're gonna see if Josh Allen
dude,
can finally
they
break
go
the
crazy
0
every
and
time
4
they play.
curse. We're gonna see if he
Yeah,
can break a curse against Patrick.
exactly,
So we're gonna see that.
dude.
That'll be fun to go play. That'll be fun to watch. And Patrick
Yeah,
Mahomes is definitely gonna need to throw more than freaking 170 yards.
same thing with Josh Allen. He needs to throw more than 150. It's going to, I think it's going to be a shootout. It is every
Oh
time
no,
they
no, yeah,
play.
no. I know Chiefs are not gonna rush it. They are not rushing it.
No,
No, I doubt it. I doubt it.
no, it's going to be a big shootout between the two quarterbacks, and it's going to determine who goes to the Super Bowl. It's going to be a really good game, but I am excited for this upcoming conference championships. We have
Yeah,
Eagles, Rams, no, sorry, Commanders, and the, who
Eagles.
else is it? Eagles.
Led.
Commanders and Eagles
They're
playing
one and one
for
against each other this
NFC.
year.
Yes,
They're
they
one and
are.
one.
So this will be the
Gonna be a crazy
tiebreaker.
matchup. We got a crazy rookie season, and we have a
This is a
crazy running
tiebreaker
back
coming
season
up.
from Saquon. So it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
I think we're both like very excited to watch that.
Oh yeah. I'm rooting for the Commanders. Let's go,
Oh, everyone
Commanders.
is. All of
Let's
America.
go.
All of America is.
Let's go, Commanders. And then for the conference championship on the AFC side, I'm going with the Bills because I have the Bills winning the whole thing. Let's go, Bills. Bills Nation. I don't even Mafia. I don't know.
But
Bills
wait.
Mafia.
Okay, but who do you think legit is gonna win?
Okay. And if conference NFC side, it's going to be tight because again, like you said, they're both 1-1 with each other. This is the tiebreaker. I think the last time that they last time that they played each other, the Commanders won, but they were playing in
Can you pick it?
that too. They were playing in
They're playing in
in
Philly.
Washington. This time they're playing back in Philly.
Oh, wait, were they playing in Washington last time they played them?
The second time that they played
Really?
in I'm pretty sure they played in Washington. This time they got to run it back, but at the other people's crib. They got to run
Mhm.
it back in Philadelphia. It's going to be a good game. I want the Commanders to win. Do I think they'll win? No.
On Poly Market, I hate to use Poly Market as
As our numbers guy.
yeah, I hate to use Poly Market as that, but as I was saying, they have like I think it's 40 to 60, I think. So it's obviously
It's
not
anybody's game.
yeah.
It's anybody's game. I think they're both. I think if Jaden Daniels keeps playing the way he's been playing and how he played against the Lions, if he transfer that to another week, I think Commanders come out on top. Do I want the Commanders to come out top. Do I think they'll come out on top? No, I think that Saquon Barkley is going to go off again. He's going to have another field day with
Decimate their
him.
defense.
Exactly. And then on the AFC side of the ball, I want the Bills to win, and I have the Bills winning. I think the Bills can upset the Chiefs and stop the three-peat from happening. If not, we're kind of cooked. And we will never hear the end of it.
So who do you think legit is gonna win that game?
Which one?
The Bills and Chiefs.
Bills.
You think the Bills are legit gonna I'm gonna
I
take the
think
opposite.
if the Bills can step up their production, because look, both teams when they both played in their divisional round, they both didn't produce as hot. So it's either A going to be a very slow and boring game, or it's going to be a shootout like it is every other year. So I have the Bills winning. and then the Bills winning the Super Bowl against the Eagles. I
Yeah,
just
bro,
have a feeling.
bro, you have the freaking hood bowl, bro.
I mean, I
Like,
mean,
no, it's like the worst outcome, bro. One of the cities is gonna burn down if they win.
yeah. No, honestly, I think it might be the Bills if they win,
Yeah.
but I
And
have the
then
Bills
before the
winning.
Super Bowl. So I personally, I have, I think the Washington is gonna be Eagles. I think it's gonna be a crazy upset.
Okay,
Obviously, I know Saquon's gonna rip apart the freaking Washington's defense.
right,
But then let's look at Jalen Hurts only being able to throw for like freaking 100. Let's look at that.
right.
Let's mention that. So I'm gonna take Washington. So I think Washington's gonna make a Super Bowl appearance. And sadly, I think the Bills are gonna lose once again to the Chiefs.
All
I
right.
that's just
Who
common
you
sense.
got winning the Super Bowl now that your bracket is kind of
So
cooked?
Chiefs and Wash. I mean, obviously, I'm not good at predictions. We've seen. You can check my Instagram. See how bad I
Go
am.
look at the
So,
last video. I know it's not. I know it's in
so
portrait mode, but still, go check it
I
out.
have I probably I'm the Chiefs are gonna freaking three-peat. I'm not, well,
No.
okay, look at it this way. I just said Washington's gonna make it to the Super Bowl. You think I'm gonna sit here and say a rookie quarterback's gonna win a Super Bowl? He very well
Yes.
can. He very well can.
Yes.
He very well can.
Honestly, if even if it does happen, if it becomes down to the Chiefs and the Commanders, either way, one of them is going to make history. The
Hmm.
Chiefs are going to be the first team to three-peat, and the Commanders are going to have the only
First
quarterback, only rookie
first rookie
quarterback to
Super
win
Bowl.
a Super Bowl.
Is that I don't even know. I wonder what the farthest a rookie quarterback has got in playoffs.
I think it's divisional. It could be to the Super
It's
Bowl, but
probably
then lost in the Super Bowl.
no, it's probably championship. No way, super like
That's what I'm saying.
starting
I
all
think it's to the
season. It's got to be
conference
championship.
championship.
Yeah,
I think it's to the conference championship. I don't know if a rookie ever led to the playoffs, but I know, or to the Super Bowl, but I know it's got to be at least the conference championship.
Jay Daniels is so ice, bro.
He's cold, man. He's tough.
He,
All right,
I'm pretty sure every football fan likes him.
I love that guy. He's awesome. All right, guys. Well, that's going to be it for us today. That was our playoff brackets, or at least our playoff recap so far. We're going to bring out another one. Let's say in about 2 weeks, we're going to recap the. Actually, we'll say a week. We'll do the conference championship, and then we'll look at some Super Bowl stuff, maybe some Pro Bowl stuff. I don't know. Pro Bowl's iffy. It depends. But
That's
that's going to
fine.
be it for us today. And yeah, we'll see y'all next time. Bye.
Thank you for watching. Smash that like button, hit the subscribe. All
Let's go.
right, peace out.
Peace.